Then about 10 years ago, our science and education, a college noted for knowledge, or the eyes of the world, Newton explored the meaning of gravity in this race for space. Go to the moon. The 50,000 years of man's recorded history, man emerged from his caves in this race for space, succeeds in reaching Venus, and it is one of the great adventures of all time in this race for space. We will have literally reached the stars in this race for space. The vast stretches of the unknown in this race for space. And no nation in this race for space which expects to be the leader of other nations in this race for space. In this race for space. Those who came before us in this race for space made certain that this country rode the first wave of the Industrial Revolution, of the coming age of space. We mean to be a part of it in this race for space. We mean to lead it. Now look into space, to the moon, and to the planets beyond. And peace, we have vowed that we shall not see space filled with weapons of mass destruction, but with instruments of knowledge for space science and to become the world's leading spacefaring nation. We set sail on this new sea, unprotected, against the hostile misuse of space. But I do say that space can be explored and mastered. There is no strife, no prejudice, no national conflict in outer space around this globe of ours. But why, some say, the moon? We choose to go to the moon. Go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. But because they are hard. And the air shattered by the testing of a Saturn C-1 booster rocket, assembled in a new building to be built at Cape Canaveral, as tall as a 48-story structure, made of new metal alloys, some of which have not yet been invented. At least 45 satellites have circled the Earth. Space expenditures will soon rise some more. Our science and education on the new frontier of science and space, to invest some $200 million in plans for new space efforts. Over $1 billion cost us all a good deal of money. This year's space budget is 3 times what it was in January 1961. I don't think we ought to waste any money, even though I realize that this is, in some measure, an act of faith and vision. We choose to go to the moon. And it is greater than the space budget of the previous 8 years combined. That budget now stands at $5.4 billion a year, a staggering sum, though somewhat less than we pay for cigarettes and cigars every year. We choose to go to the moon. I don't think we ought to waste any money. From 40 cents per person per week to more than 50 cents a week for every man, woman, and child in the United States. For we have given this program a high national priority, even though I realize that this is, in some measure, an act of faith and vision. For we do not now know what benefits await us. But if I were to say, my fellow citizens, that we shall send to the moon, 240,000 miles away, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, made of new metal alloys, some of which have not yet been invented, capable of standing heat and stresses several times more than have ever been experienced, fitted together with a precision better than the finest watch, re-entering the atmosphere at speeds of over 25,000 miles per hour, causing heat about half that on the temperature of the sun. Houston?
We've had a problem here. This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston?
We've had a problem. We've had a main B plus undervolt. Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking.